Katarina, thanks for watching. I just wanted to send over this short video just so I can show you how you can use and leverage online search traffic right through your own website to generate a whole lot of leads, even while you sleep, because the website is basically always up for people to search. So it's a great tool to use, especially post-pandemic when a lot of people are online. So how I want to show this is what I've done in just a quick couple of searches. So I did maid service in Middleboro. I also did home cleaning in Taunton right next door, and then I just did cleaning company Massachusetts. So what I do is I take the top companies in each one of these searches, as well as your own website, and I put them all into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google uses to determine your position in search results. Now, as you can see from some of these numbers, why these companies might be outranking yours, but let me just quickly go through what these numbers mean. So as we're going through your site, you can see what kind of changes we made and how they'll affect its ranking. So when Google is determining how to rank a website, it basically uses a lot of factors that boil down into two categories. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site. Now, this is basically a popularity contest because this authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to yours and then they create a link that's called a backlink. And then this acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So to give you a quick example, let's say the local news station did an article on their website and it said the top 10 best cleaning companies in the South Coast area. And in that article, the reader could click on a link and it would bring them over to your website. So that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now, these backlinks can come from a lot of different sources: blogs, editorials, guest posts, press releases. One very strong and important type is what's called a citation, and that's any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory. Those range anywhere from Yelp to Yellow Pages, even to Better Business Bureau. A majority of these are free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. So you can see why Google trusts a lot of these competitors more than you just based on the number of websites and the links that they've created. This increases what's called their domain rating, the amount of strength or trust that Google has in their overall website based on how many other references that they have. Now, obviously, the numbers vary greatly depending on the search criteria, the area, and the company. And you can see that some of the companies that might be a national company or you'll see franchises around. Those will also have an increased amount. But it basically, we really need to concentrate on the quality more than the quantity because Google understands the service industry that you're in. So we need to find links that are relative to your service to make sure that we're linking back to those types of sources. So that way Google will transfer some of that trust from the linking domain back to yours through this link. We can't find anything that's spammy. A lot of competitors will go outsourcing, especially like outside of the country. We definitely don't want to get anything that's outside the United States. We want it to be national domains. We want it to be a trustworthy source, and we want it to be relative to your service industry. It doesn't necessarily have to be just cleaning, but something in the home care, home service, that field in order to link back to. So it'll basically take that trust from that domain and transfer some of it through the link back to you. Now, the second category for ranking a website is based on the content on your page. So as you can see here, the content is becoming a very big factor for Google. It wants to give what's called high quality content. So right now you're only getting picked up for two keywords, which is basically your branded name when people are searching for you directly. So if we go, see if I can just use this as an example. Home cleaning Massachusetts, house cleaning Massachusetts. Right now that's being searched 150 times per month. If your website was coming up on page one search for this keyword, 150 people a month would be searching, would be looking and seeing your website. Now, Google Analytics estimates that 10% of total search volume converts into a lead. So let's say that of that 150, 15 people are calling you every month to inquire about services. Granted, you're not going to land every single customer, but that's 15 potential leads per month off of just one keyword. Then we repeat that same process for all the higher volume keywords. And then you can see how all of those leads coming in per month have a potential to add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. Once we have all of the services and the areas that you service, we're getting all those keywords and we're capturing all that search traffic. However, there is a formula that Google uses to find these keywords on your site. So if we take a look at it here, I think the layout is great. It's nice and clean. It's lightweight. It's very easy to read. Things pop. It's a lot of good use of white space, so it's not overloaded with like a lot of distracting colors. The issue is that when Google comes in, it doesn't care about anything to do with layout or how it looks. Being a computer, the first thing it's going to do is just going to come in and count all the words on the page. Now, while usually we recommend anywhere from about 1,000 to 1,500 words per page, the reason being that the more information you have on the page, the more of an expert you seem for that industry, and then the more likely Google is to recommend you because you have more what's called high quality content. Because while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for those keywords. So all of the services that you offer, and then any areas you want to offer them in. So this is where the number of words on the page really comes to play because you're really only allowed to have one keyword for about every 100 words of text on the page. So the more keywords that you want to be found for, the more text you need to add to the page because it what calls qualifies that keyword, meaning that we can't just list out the services because that's called keyword stuffing. Google actually wants you to have descriptions and explanations describing and qualifying each and every keyword in order for it to recommend you in search results. Because again, it's trying to offer up these pages that have what it calls high quality content, meaning it's either answering a question or it's delivering on a service, or if you're selling a product, it's giving a really good product description. So now if we go back to our search results, how this plays out, at the top of any search result page, you're going to have what's called the paid advertising, the pay-per-clicks. So this, and anytime somebody clicks on one of these, it costs this business money, whether they use it or not, whether they meant to click on it or not. Then underneath that, you're going to have what's called the map pack. Okay, but better. Yeah, this is the typical map pack section. So these are based on your Google business profile. It has absolutely nothing to do with your website. This is something that, though it is, mildly geographically based on where the person is searching from, it's also keyword based, and there are ways to increase your exposure here to get into the top 3 because this is a fantastic way to get instantaneous first page search results at the very top. We can talk about exactly how we can optimize your business profile and get that into the top 3 for whatever your service area is. But anywhere upwards of 40 to 50% of search traffic is going to come right here, and just click on one of these. Then underneath that, this is what's called the organic search results. So this is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up in the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites helps you, outrank and climb the competition. Now, that is assuming that we have the keywords actually on the page and enough content to qualify those keywords in the eyes of Google. Now, I hope this information was helpful. Just shows you how you can scale some of your business through a lot of online stuff. Like I said, it really works for you 24/7 while you're sleeping. This is the great thing about the internet, and there's a lot of search traffic. I'd be happy to talk more about it, and we can kind of dive into your goals of the business, the services that you want to really push, and the area that you want to push them in. And then I can do a little bit of keyword research to see what's out there and exactly what we need to do to capture that. So appreciate your time.